Welcome to Brooklyn Campfire Chat. Get it? Campfire Chat? Anyway. So I come to you tonight, a little sad actually. It's been about a week. But all the rage is about, Ultimate Fighting Championship and UFC. Boxing tends to get overlooked. Boxing always gets overlooked. But I'll tell you what, in all honesty, I don't watch boxing like I used to. I don't, but to lose somebody like Pernell Sleepy Whitaker the way we did, he got hit by a car over there in Norfolk, Virginia, crossing the street, and he didn't make it. It's heartbreaking, because he was a great athlete. Trouble pass, we all have trouble passes. It happens. It's just the way it goes. I remember, as a little kid, and even, Pernell Whitaker never got the credit, because you'll hear Marvin Hagler, Tyson, Holyfield, De La Hoya, Chavez, but in any conversation I've had with any boxing fans and all nationalities, Hispanic, Italian, Irish, African American, Whitaker is not really mentioned. I would be like, what about Sweet Pea? What about Sweet Pea, they tell me. So toward the end, let me tell you, I was a little kid, and I remember the first time I saw him, 1984, Olympics, right? That U.S. team, the U.S. boxing team, won 9 gold medals, a record I think that still stands today, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And my uncle's a huge boxing fan. I was watching the Olympics with him. And I remember seeing, Pernell Whitaker. Before he wasn't Sweet Pea yet, he was boxing in the Olympics. I go, wow, this guy's pretty good. I like this guy, man, And I'm like 10 or 11 years old. He was good, and he won the gold medal like nothing, man. That 132-pound weight division was like nothing to him. He earned every win, man. I was so happy for him. I'm so happy for the U.S. to win those gold medals in boxing, I remember, I like this guy, and my uncle even called it, this guy right here, Whitaker, he's going to be a world champion one day. Mark my words, Ali. He'll be a world champion someday. So I remember a couple years later, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1988. Jose Luis Ramirez, right? 88? But Whitaker didn't win, and I was like, maybe at this time I'm 14, 15 years old. Watching my uncle again. Cousins were there, and we're like, what, did Ramirez won? That fight was eons ago. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I haven't really looked, but I'll tell you, I was young, still new to the whole boxing game. I didn't know what I know now, or knew as I got older. I'm pretty sure Whitaker won that fight. I'm pretty sure Whitaker should have been lightweight champion in 1988. But the judges thought otherwise. I remember I was really upset, and I don't know, I was, man, what's going on? I was mad. I threw a tantrum. And my uncle was ticked off too, because, Whitaker won that fight, man. He should have been lightweight champion. Kidding me? And now years go by, and I remember now, 92 and 93, and I'm in high school at this point. I'm older now, 17 years old maybe. So Whitaker fights, Buddy McGirt. 1993, and Whitaker takes him. Whitaker wins the WBC Welterweight Championship. Finally, I was so happy for him. But I remember Whitaker talking about it, and they would always ask him, what about Ramirez? How do you feel about that? Whitaker would answer. Whitaker was a professional. He would answer. He wouldn't, really dodge the question. But he would tell him, look, I remember Whitaker saying, look, I got here, man. It took longer than it, it took a long time, took a while, but I'm here. I'm a champion. And Whitaker would dominate boxing for a long time, but then we got Julio Cesar Chavez. And I like Chavez. I never had anything against him. And they're fighting, and I distinctly remember Whitaker fighting like the man. It was a boxing lesson, and I like Chavez. I'm not even knocking Chavez. I like him a lot. But I don't think he beat Pernell Whitaker. And I'm going back to 94, 95? I might be off on my years. It's been a long time. But man, he lost that fight, and man, that kind of bit, right? And then fast forward a couple years later, and again, I love De La Hoya. I love the Golden Boy. Another gold medal winner, as it were. Love the Golden Boy. And it was a draw, right? If I remember correctly, it was a draw with De La Hoya. But with all due respect, it seemed like it might have been a close fight. But again, I thought Whitaker had that one too. Or maybe I'm just being biased. Maybe it's just me. Maybe Whitaker did not win those fights. Maybe he lost. But I always wondered, years later. The sad truth is why Pernell Whitaker does not get mentioned is after all these losses and these tough losses, it's hard to get over it. You can't imagine. He got arrested for cocaine possession a while later on, and it was tough. And this guy, may rest in peace, fell into alcoholism. So he was down and out for a while, but I remember him come back into 2011. Where's he been all this time? Holy smokes! Whitaker's training Zab Judah? And I'll be honest, I'm not a big Zab Judah fan, and I was happy Whitaker was with him, helping him out. Whitaker trying to break out of the slide he had, But nah, I wasn't a fan of Zab Judah. I always felt he was a dirty fighter. Still do to this day. I did have the honor of seeing his brother years later, around 2000, I want to say 11, right here in Brooklyn, Bay Ridge. Joseph Junkyard Judah was his name, I think. And he had an amateur fight, and it was a friend of mine, and he won that fight, and Zab Judah was there, and people were taking pictures and autographs and all that. He was nice to the people, Zab Judah. But my boy asked me, yo, Al, why are you being down on Judah? You don't want to talk to him? You don't want to meet him? I'm like, no, and I told him why. I forgot what fight it was. I don't remember who he was fighting. Zab Judah was upset at the referee for something, and he purposely low-blowed the guy, and the whole fight in the corner, and really, it's not the first time Judah broke the rules. I was never a fan of his, and I told my boys, oh, no wonder, but hey, we're all human, right? But back to Pernell Whitaker, I know before he passed last week, Whitaker was trying to bounce back with the alcoholism and the drugs and all that. He was doing public appearances, signing autographs, doing a couple of radio programs here and there, and he was trying to bounce back. It's tough. I can't really. I've been down and out too. I've been down, with too much drinking, things like that. I was never into drugs, and my friends can attest to that. I was a drinker, never into the fun stuff, as it were, the recreational stuff. But I had some bad drinking nights, and I was down and out, so I could relate to that a little bit. Being especially that, alcoholism is in my family, and we got to be careful. But, at 43 years old, I'm doing all right. I'm good. So, thank God for that. But I remember Pernell Whitaker is one of my all-time favorites, really underappreciated. He was a great fighter. If you could YouTube him or research him, please do it. He deserves a little shout-out. And all my boys watching this now, you guys know Knockout Kings, the very first Knockout Kings, PlayStation 1. We would play for hours. Lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight division, right? The 3 divisions. That was the main divisions back then. 1995, 96, whenever the game came out. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. Me and the boys, drinking beer, eating pizza, playing Knockout Kings for hours. Hook up around 8 or 9 o'clock. Every division, we'd have titles and everything. And in the lightweight division, I always picked Pernell Whitaker. Always. He was my favorite guy to use. I didn't win too much with him, but I loved using him. He was very good. My middleweight was always De La Hoya's one of my favorite middleweights. And Shane Mosley, one of my favorite middleweights. Heavyweight, always Holyfield or Ali. Very simple, but I really enjoyed using Pernell Whitaker in that game. He was fun. Like I said, I didn't have the best win record, but, I got good memories using Whitaker in that game, and I have great memories seeing Pernell Whitaker fight in the ring. All the times I had the pleasure of experiencing him, how great he was, and hearing the stories about the drugs and the alcohol really, really did break my heart. It was heartbreaking, but he tried to carry on. It's really a shame that he's gone, 55 years old, and I'll miss him, I was always hoping I'd get to meet him one day, that he'd come to a Comic-Con or something, or one of these special signings that Sports Fever does, but now, unfortunately, I won't get to meet him. It's a downer for me, but you know what? He's in a better place, no more demons, no more pain, no more agony. So, Pernell Whitaker, rest in peace. And I want to thank you personally for giving me great memories and making me love boxing the way I did back then. I had Whitaker, I had Holyfield, I had Hagler, and Mosley, De La Hoya, great fighters. My man, Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins, another underappreciated fighter. I'll probably do a video on him another time and do a chat. Brooklyn Campfire chat on Bernard Hopkins another time. Another one of my all-time favorites. Pernell Whitaker, thank you so much. May you rest in peace, man. Thank you.